Imagine building a life for your family, only to have your own children turn against you. This is the incredible story of Linda Harper, a 62-year-old widow from a quiet suburb in Ohio. Her life took a dark turn when her grown kids started whispering. They said she was losing her mind, that she was forgetful, paranoid, and unfit to manage her own home. The people she had raised were now plotting to take everything she had worked for. But Linda had a secret. She sensed something was wrong long before the whispers started. She had been one step ahead the entire time. With hidden CCTV cameras and discreet audio recorders placed throughout her home, she began to uncover a conspiracy that would shatter her world. What she found was a chilling plot driven by pure greed, a plan that would turn family bonds into a weapon against her. Today, you'll hear the raw, unfiltered truth of how greed can twist the love of a family into something unrecognizable. Linda's story is a powerful reminder that trusting your gut might just be the one thing that saves you. Now let's hear directly from Linda and discover how she fought back.
I never ever thought my own kids would do this to me. It started small, the way most nightmares do. My husband Tom passed away 3 years ago from cancer. He left me our family home in Dayton, all paid off. With the market these days, it's worth about $450,000. It's not a fortune, but combined with my pension and his life insurance, it was enough for me to live comfortably. Our kids, Sarah, who's 38, and Mike, 35, were always close to us. After Tom died, they visited a lot, helped with chores, and I really appreciated it. But then, the little digs started. Sarah would say things like, "Mom, did you forget we talked about that last week?" When I knew for a fact we hadn't. Or Mike would text me, "You okay? Did you leave the stove on again?" I never did. I just brushed it off. I figured grief does strange things to your mind. Maybe I really was slipping. Then one afternoon, Sarah and Mike came over together. They sat me down at the kitchen table, their faces masks of fake concern. "Mom," Sarah said, squeezing my hand, "we're worried. You've been forgetting things." The doctor said there are early signs of dementia. I was confused. "What doctor?" I asked. "We took you last month, remember?" You were really confused that day. A chill went down my spine. I hadn't been to any doctor, but I played along. "Okay," I said, "maybe I do need to see someone." But inside, a voice was screaming, "This isn't right." That night, I couldn't sleep. I remembered conversations Tom and I had years ago. We worried about Sarah's flashy lifestyle, the new cars, the expensive vacations. And we'd had to bail Mike out of his gambling debts more than once. The house was the only big asset. Was I just being paranoid? I decided I had to know for sure. A couple of years ago, after a break-in down the street, I'd installed a basic security system. Just some motion-activated cameras in the living room, kitchen, and hallway, all with audio. I admit I barely ever checked the footage. But that night, I pulled up the app on my laptop and went back a few weeks. The first clip I clicked on showed Sarah and Mike alone in my kitchen while I was out shopping. "She's getting worse, Mike," Sarah whispered. "We need to get her evaluated. If she's declared incompetent, we can petition for guardianship." Mike just nodded, sipping his coffee. "Yeah, then we sell the house." I need the cash. Child support's killing me. My heart just stopped. They weren't worried about me. They wanted my house. They were plotting to have me declared crazy so they could take everything. I kept watching. I saw them hide my keys, then find them for me, acting like I was the one who'd lost them. I saw Mike accidentally spill some of my pills on the counter, only to later tell Sarah I was hoarding medication. It all clicked into place. They were building a case against me. I felt sick to my stomach, betrayed. These were my babies. But I didn't confront them, not yet. I needed proof that no one could argue with. So, I upgraded my security system, adding hidden mics in the garage and my bedroom, and synced it all to my phone. I also started a journal, documenting everything: conversations, what I ate, what I did, with exact times and dates. A month later, they moved on to the next phase of their plan. They insisted on a family meeting with their cousin, Dr. Ellen, who's a psychologist. They said she was a neutral party. The meeting was at my house, of course, with every camera rolling. Ellen sat across from me and said, "Linda, Sarah, and Mike told me you've been erratic. Having hallucinations? Forgetting to pay bills?" I stayed completely calm. "No," I said. "Show me the bills." Mike immediately jumped in. "Mom, last month's electric bill was overdue. We had to pay it for you." A total lie. I have it on autopay. Ellen gave me a quick cognitive test, and I passed with flying colors. But then Sarah found a notebook in my bedroom that they had planted. It was filled with rambling, crazy notes they'd forged. "Mom wrote this," she said, her voice full of fake sadness. "She thinks the neighbors are spying on her." I almost laughed. That night, I hit the jackpot. The camera in the garage caught them talking after Ellen left. "She's suspicious," Mike hissed. That quiz didn't help, Sarah shot back. So we forge more notes. We get Ellen to recommend a full evaluation. Then it's conservatorship. "The house will sell quick. I'm already talking to my broker." Mike actually laughed. "My share will pay off my debts, and your share will get you that new BMW you want." It was all about greed. My own children, plotting to have me locked away just for a payday. I cried for hours that night, but my sadness quickly turned to pure rage. Now I had them. I had hours of audio and video, all time-stamped, proving every single lie. The next day, I called them over for another family talk. They walked in smirking, completely clueless. I sat them down on the living room sofa right in front of the TV, and then I pressed play. The first thing they saw was themselves in my kitchen, plotting to steal my home. Their faces went pale, and that was only the beginning. I had so much more to show them. Thanks for listening to my story. Please follow for more updates. Their faces just went white. "Mom, that's out of context," Sarah stammered. "Out of context?" I didn't say a word, just hit play on the audio from the garage. Their voices filled the room, crystal clear, talking about a new BMW, their debts, and the word that chilled me to the bone: conservatorship. Mike finally exploded. "You spied on us? That's insane." The irony was so thick you could cut it with a knife. I slowly got to my feet. "No," I said, my voice steady. "This is proof that you're trying to frame me. I'm taking this to a lawyer tomorrow, and I'm showing it to Ellen and the rest of the family." That's when Sarah burst into tears. "Mom, we're sorry. Dad's death broke us too. Money's been so tight." "Money?" I couldn't believe it. "You mean my home? The place I plan to grow old in? That kind of money?" Mike started begging. "Please, Mom, don't do this. We'll be ruined. We'll get divorced, go bankrupt." But I felt nothing, not a shred of pity. "You made your choice. Now get out." They left, slamming doors behind them. Almost immediately, my phone started blowing up. Calls and texts from them, from other family members they'd clearly roped in. "You're overreacting. This will destroy the family." Then one text from Sarah stood out. "We'll fight you in court. Ellen will back us." Big mistake. A really big mistake. The next day, I was sitting in my lawyer's office, Miss Patel. I showed her everything, the audio, the texts, the whole sordid mess. She looked at me over her glasses and said, "This is a waterproof case. We'll file for a restraining order if they keep pushing, and we'll send a cease and desist letter. No contact unless it's through me. But here's the real twist. Before we did any of that, I sent the most damning clips to my sister-in-law, Ellen, anonymously from a new email account. The subject line was simple: "Ask your niece and nephew about this." That afternoon, Ellen called me, absolutely furious. "Linda, I had no idea. They completely manipulated me. I'll testify for you if this goes to court." Just like that, I had an unexpected and powerful ally. Soon, the whole family caught wind of it. The family group chat just exploded. Sarah and Mike were trying to paint me as the villain, telling everyone Mom's paranoid, she's hacking us. So I dropped a few key audio clips into the chat. The angry messages stopped. There was just silence, then outrage. Aunts and uncles started messaging them directly. "How could you do that to your own mother?" Even Mike's ex-wife texted me saying, "I always knew he was shady. Good for you for standing up to him." The consequences started piling up for them. Word got around Sarah's real estate circles that she was a family scammer, and she started losing clients. Mike's boss somehow heard about the situation, and his ethical judgment was flagged. His big promotion? Gone. They tried one last desperate play. They showed up at my front door, acting all apologetic, but I saw the phone in Mike's hand, recording. My own Ring camera caught the whole thing, including them whispering to each other about checking on crazy Mom and getting some leverage before they rang the bell. I had them again. My lawyer added that footage right to our petition. The judge reviewed everything privately and granted a temporary no-contact order. It's been months now. I started going to therapy. Not because I was crazy, but to heal from their betrayal. My therapist told me, "You protected yourself brilliantly," and she was right. Today, the house is secure. It's mine, and their names aren't on a single document. I upgraded my security system and even updated my will. I'm leaving the house to charity unless they demonstrate real, lasting change. They still call sometimes, leaving these sad, apologetic voicemails. "We were wrong, Mom. We're so sorry. Can we please just talk? Maybe one day." I'm open to it, but with firm boundaries. No more blind trust. For the first time in a long time, I sleep soundly through the night. I'm not crazy. I'm just wise. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever been through something similar, remember to trust your gut and don't be afraid to protect yourself. Be sure to subscribe for more stories about finding your strength.
Linda's story shows just how far greed can push even the people you love the most, turning whispers into weapons and a home into a battleground. She didn't just crumble, she fought back with cold, hard proof. She reclaimed her life and exposed the betrayal for what it was. Her courage is astonishing, but it also forces us to ask some uncomfortable questions. Think about your own family. Who holds the real power? Who has the keys to your home, your bank accounts, your future? Have you ever had a gut feeling that something isn't right? Maybe you should check your own security cameras or pay closer attention to the conversations happening around you. It's a sobering thought, but is money quietly eroding bonds that you thought were unbreakable? Let me know in the comments. Is there a difficult conversation you've been avoiding with your family? One that, if left unsaid, could become someone else's opportunity? If these real stories about betrayal, second chances, and the quiet choices that make or break our most important relationships resonate with you, make sure to subscribe to Borrowed Wisdom Stories. We share tales that challenge you to think deeper. And tonight, before you scroll to the next video, I want you to do something. Look at the person you love, the person you trust the most, and simply say, "Tell me what you're thinking. I'm listening." You might be surprised by what you hear. Thanks for watching.